I would guess at Xantic in particular are always just that little bit better at dancing around you, making it so that you don't get that quick and easy sort of jump in. At a certain point, it's basically similar to playing up against the sniper. You know what you need to do, it's just hard to get in front of him.
Silence is cold.
Prepare for battle.
God gamer alert! God gamer detected!
Ganhar.
Use skill, pelo amor de Deus. Alguém usa skill, usa skill.
Devi does do it for a second, so he does cop a little bit of damage, but
30 seconds to
looks like he's going to be okay. His teammates, meanwhile, fell back to take out the ward, and honestly, that goes better for Wildcard than it probably should have, right? They march up the ramp, they get the D ward, they don't lose anybody, and that's going to have to be good enough for now.
Stare into the abyss. All of your family is at the bottom of the grass.
The battle begins.
Steals a third room.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Had a sentry ward on it, so that part does kind of suck a little bit, but only dead for a minute. I don't know. If you're Alexo, you got a bounty rune, you've got enough regen to just heal yourself back up, so overall, I think you're okay with that. You're not gonna, or hopefully not gonna need that sentry immediately at the start of this lane, but well, I suppose we'll find out. We settle into the laning stage, keeping the camera bot for the time being. Panda, yeah, he is gonna do this. He is a disruptor. There will be Thunderstrike spam pretty much continuously, and well, to be honest, it doesn't have to just be bullying the support. Devi, he may have a lot of armor, but against the magic damage, it is gonna hurt him just that little bit more, and there's a certain dichotomy at play there, right? If you want to play up, then you're laning against a Monkey King who could punish you. If you want to stay back, then the Thunderstrike spam is going to be annoying as well.
I take what I please.
Well, always the downside of the Doom that you can really never get around. You are at the mercy of whatever RNG decides to spawn up for you. So, if you're Devi, you're probably not too broken up over it. Your plan is to just farm up in this lane as best as you can, so see how that goes. In the meantime, let's take a look at this this mid matchup here, because Chris Luck, well, he took a little bit of early damage. Xantic's just gone all in on the Nether Blast, 2 points up in it, holding his third, so there is a pretty significant amount of nuke damage on both sides. It's just that Xantic's is on a significantly shorter cooldown.
Your attempt was pathetic. You're welcome.
In terms of the last hitting, slight edge to the Pugna, but nothing too serious just yet, and really not seeing anything too serious across the board here. It has been largely farming focused, although as I say that, Matthew and Boris are going at each other. Matthew hits 2, so he does have that combo to work with, but he took the DOT really right at the start. He's gonna push him back, although Okay, they're just gonna go until somebody dies, and I think Matthew goes down first here. He pops the fairy fire though. Is that enough? No, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, the DOT eventually takes Boris down as they do make the trade, and then back down in the bottom lane, Panda and Bakaz gang up on Alexo. Is a relatively low health Monkey King, but a little bit complicated. They're gonna go for the Bushwhack in here, but this is not quite as much damage as they need it to be. The Chain Lightning helped them get close, CT, but Kaz will survive. And what other region do they have for him? There's a Pass Tango, now the South comes into play, and yeah, the Monkey King will be just fine.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Back in the middle lane, Xantic
has been killed.
again trying to sort of just push that little bit forward, keeping this opposing Rubik on relatively low HP, but it looks like for now Chris Luck is handling himself. Up top though, not the same for Boris. He's getting jumped in on, Malefisk used, Matthew gets the combo pretty much for free at that point, and they manage to find themselves a pickup. Now they're looking for another on the other side because, well, he goes down. Panda, I guess, technically gets the kill first, so there's a little bit of a benefit, but that's still your Monkey King getting picked off. Did he really?
Thanks.
Wow. Yeah, with the mana to spam it out now, it turns into a much more significant threat. Speaking of threats, what is going on here in the river? Matthew rotates his way in. Chris Luck, well, that's the problem. He wasn't really the target. Excuse me, not the target. He wasn't really the damage dealer at the start of that fight. Xantic just kind of comes in with the life drain, and a little bit of an example there for the Pug of, you know, my 6 is better than your 6. The Rubik was able to steal Decrep earlier, but doesn't actually do him a whole lot of good. So Xantic gets the kill, but over on that bottom lane again, the fighting continues as this time it's Dubai who gets caught out because 3 points up in the Jingu makes him very hard to lock down, and Hoodwink, we're now back in the tree line. They're looking for him. They do see him now, and not sure they'll actually get the kill though. That's a very nice Bushwhack, but Alexo actually doesn't have anywhere to go until he pops the Scurry. There's no Boundless for 5, so Bakaz would just have to try and follow on foot. That works pretty damn well though, actually.
Barely broke a sweat.
I thought Alexo had more in the bag than that, but apparently not.
Denied.
Yeah, this is
A gift from
this is already starting to fall apart just a little bit. I don't know, maybe they can wrap their way mid to try and salvage something, but for now it looks like a lot of time being spent for not the most. Illusion Rune spawns up. Okay, he's at least able to deny that, but now Matthew's going to try to push onto him. Yeah, wishful thinking. Starbreaker not quite that fast, so... Well, the Hoodwink walks away, but denying the illusion rune is nice, ET, but this is still not really the impact they were hoping for with this double support rotation.
Wait, what?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just how much more can Chris Luck get here? He is trying, but obviously you have to... Well, bear in mind that both the supports are still here, and someone's going to be making their way mid. That someone, though, is Yuma. Okay. All hands on deck here for Wildcard, looking to defend the tower. Yuma, though, doesn't have that Chronosphere just yet.
Under attack.
If EG recognize that, they may not be quite as afraid of this, but just the sheer numbers might be enough to push them away.
Under attack.
Not gonna go for the glimpse play though at that point. That
Dire's top tower
honestly would have felt maybe a little bit greedy from them, so decide to simply fall back while they're holding their ground mid though. But the push did come through top. Whisper combining forces with Matthew, able to get themselves onto that tower. They do claim it, but well, then Chris Luck goes a little bit too far forward, and Xantic is able to punish him this time.
I'll never see this coming.
Chrono. It's going to be deployed onto 2. They've already lost Boris, though, so there isn't a lot of follow-up damage into the Chronosphere, and yeah, that means Yuma has to sort of rethink this, but with the Xantic coming in, that changes their plans. They get that decrep into the life drain onto Whisper. They'll take him out. Xantic very low on HP himself, but looks like he's going to be able to walk away, and Wildcard, it's a trade, but it's a good one in their favor.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Well, we'll see what he can do with that. I mean, you get the blink, you gotta try to be aggressive with it, so...
Dire are
he still needs, what, like 700 gold to finish it off, but he should be getting there fairly quickly. At the same time, well, it's EG's turn to make a bit of a support rotation that doesn't have too many options available to it at the moment. Matthew and Panda are here, ET, but Devi is not taking the bait. He's just gonna park his ass behind his tower.
Radiant are scanning.
Not just push his way forward into a position where he could get caught. Just using the Primal Spring all the way in there just to make sure he's the one who grabs the kill, so with extra gold into his hands, and we see Pakazi T going for a little bit more of a fight-oriented build.
Radiant's bottom tower
no later sort of timing on the Battle Fury. He is just looking to engage. The engagement does come. The Doom is thrown out onto the Disruptor, but Devi did not know Pakazi was here. Is he going to be able to get himself out, though? Yes, he is. The TP just barely completes. And yeah, that's Doom used. That's unfortunate, but at least you don't lose your life as well. That's some sort of silver lining. Cute. Solar Guardian in. Yeah, there's your black hole. Whisper catches him out. Matthew jumps in. If Whisper gets the black hole, that combo is going to be there pretty much every time.
Lost my spark.
Regeneration!
Radiant structures are fortified.
trapped up in the chrono. The life drain is on him. Can they save him at all? Can he save himself, actually? Kaz is starting to heal up. The decrep is going to prevent him from getting any right clicks in. They still need to get him away. They can't do it. Kaz goes down.
Radiant's bottom
Alexo is traded out, but if you're Wildcard again, you are okay with this trade. Really, the only thing I think you're not okay with is the fact that the tier 1 didn't actually go down there. But, well, they've got a Pugna. They can make another attempt at it pretty quickly, but they were really hoping that was their moment to break through.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, that was greedy. Very greedy. Stops to go for the Eidolons, and that does end up costing him his life, so... Okay. Wildcard are able to pick up another kill. Starting to look a little bit better, and... I did say they missed out on the tower in the middle lane ET. That is still true, but they did get the tier 1 down bot. Tavai was able to finish that off before those 6 heroes kind of rotated their way over, so... They still claim an objective, they still get the better of the kills, and now they're smoking up looking for a fight. They've got a pretty solid target. If the Rubik can't get back right now, he could get caught. The Bushwhack doesn't connect though, but he's still going to get decrept. The life drain is there. The Nether Blast is a lot of damage, but it won't be enough.
Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'll take that.
They're just gonna get a quick kill onto him. It may cost the Matthew though. Yeah, Sharpshooter comes in to finish the job, so all of that turns into a 1-for-1 trade on the supports that technically in terms of gold favors Wildcard, but this is going to be where things get a little bit more dicey. That is Xantic pulled back into a Static Storm combo, and now they absolutely have to get something in exchange. They're looking for the Rubik, but there's the Black Hole. Whisper blinks in, catches out too. Chris Luck still dies, but if they could turn this into a teamfight win, they're going to be more than happy with it. They get Alexa, the Malphus, now down onto Divine Llama as well. Do they want to chase? Because says, kind of? There we go. Drops the Wukongs down. It wasn't going to have the radius at first, but the Glimpse pulls the Doom back in. And EG will take the fight. Please don't leave that. Thank you. Gets his Oblivion staff back up, and everybody gets out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
All's well that ends well if you're EG, as they are able to themselves up. Not an entirely clean teamfight win, right? Chris Luck did still get hit up by the Doom and died, but they're going to be relatively happy with the overall results, as Acorn's shot has been stolen. They glimpse Alexo back into the river, and yeah, they will have more than enough damage, and honestly from Xantic, this Nether Ward, it's nice, but it's not really enough to fully dissuade people from going in, as Matthew... Not entirely sure what he was trying to do there, but he is trying to make a great escape. He goes north as the Doom blinks south, and all of this is acting as a bit of a distraction, because here comes the rest of EG looking for some sort of engagement. They're going to try to punish Xantic. They glimpse him back into the static, and somehow Matthew is the absolute perfect bait. I'm not even sure if he was trying to do that when he started, but that's going to be the end result.
我是一个没有感情的刷钱机器。
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Good job. Yeah, they should have the damage, especially considering the rest of Wildcard went in after the kill onto the Rubik instead. They did have to use the Chronosphere for it, but it's at least going to turn that into a more even trade-off. But the problem with this situation, right, that's Chronosphere used, that's great, you find a big important kill, but now your big cooldown is unavailable, and we're 30 seconds out from Black Hole. So EG know, in terms of, well, the teamfight ability, they are going to have an edge for a little while.
Dire are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they should not really fall into that trap. Yuma doesn't want to give up on his farm, but he's going to do so in an area that is safer. Divide, though, he's thinking about it. Getting awful close to the edge there, but he's going to back it off as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, able to find something for his team, so not a bad move on his part. In terms of his itemization, well, I don't really know about this. He's got the Dagons queued up now. I guess, obviously, burst potential is going to be important for him, but we haven't really seen him build defensively at this point, and his two deaths CT have both come from a glimpse into static, so I feel like the burst damage is great, but maybe something defensive so that you don't get caught out that way, because otherwise, EG would have to just all in on the backline instead of pulling you away first.
Almighty Mother.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
My sorcery is unstoppable.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's got more range, you got the slower, or not slower, the shorter cast point, just a very dangerous man at this stage, but, well, on the wildcard side of things, they're not
Dire's bottom tower is under
panicking
attack.
just yet, right? They still got a bit of a net worth lead. They've managed to hold despite this gap in the kills sort of coming into play. They know, really, realistically speaking, they're one good team fight away, but ET, that stands for both sides looking at these lineups.
Come back after you've had some practice.
Well, he does throw the static storm down before he dies. It's just not going to be that effective, but Devi is getting hit up by the Boundless Strike. There's going to be the Star Splitter as well. That forces out Devi's BKB, though. Looks like he's going to be okay. In the meantime, look at Yuma.
Dire's middle
Waiting.
tower is under
Looking
attack.
to see if there's any sort of opening for the Chrono, but he's not going to see it.
Dire are scanning.
You're wasting your life.
EG looking for something here. 3-man smoke. It's Whisper and the 2 supports who will make their move, and well, they're pinging up towards the top lane where they do spot Yuma, but it's not going to be an easy kill unless they get the jump on him. And Yuma, he just used the time walk. He's in trouble. There's going to be your black hole. They're going to lock it down, and the reinforcements will not arrive in time. In fact, Boris not only here too late to help, but maybe too late to avoid retaliation, but doesn't look like they want to go for it. They already used their black hole. Matthew is very low in HP, but Panda, who's looking for it? There's the glimpse, and Xanti's going to get pulled back into the static storm, and, well, this is going to be a problem. They don't kill him off immediately, but again, nobody wants to push into static to help him. They don't really have the means to do so. And now because he wants to go even further, getting in onto Boris, they're going to lift him up and pull him back. They find that pickoff, and Wildcard, it's time to cut your losses. They're just trying to get everybody out of here. Alexo, though, is being chased through the trees. Stolen Bushwhack does not hit, but it gets them the vision that they need for the glimpse. And Chris Luck finds the kill. And at this point, ET Panda, 19 assists. He's just been all over the place here. That maxed out glimpse, so powerful. And, well, some of the Wildcard heroes are building some magic immunity, but not enough. And the ones who are building it all don't have it yet. So they're going to continue to get caught out. Oh, denied. That's gonna go. Chris Luck right away. They're gonna take down Matthew as well. Now they want more. They've spotted Panda, hitting him with the Infernal Blade. He's trying for a TP, but yeah, that's not gonna complete. The Ice Path is thrown under his feet, and Wildcard needed an immediate response after kind of collapsing a little bit in the north side jungle. This certainly counts as that bounce back moment, especially if they can now take Roshan as well. It's still just the first Rosh of the game, ET, but it is going to give them a lot more power going into the next fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the ground. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looking at Xantic again. Honestly, if Whisper gets the initiation, they may not need the black hole for this, but they want to be they want to be sure is what I was going to say, but they do jump the gun a little bit there, and yeah, by that point, Xantic had figured out something feels wrong. He's able to blink himself away and
Dire's
avoid the
top
gank.
tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, that Wukong's does not really do all that much, and well, that's just kind of a blown cooldown. At the same time, over in the middle lane, Matthew does end up getting himself caught out. A trio of heroes go looking for him. They find that kill, but now they're back onto the Monkey King. They know he has no ult. Yuma, though, doesn't have Chrono. They don't have an easy path into this engagement, but they are still trying to push their way forward, hoping for some sort of wraparound. Divide. This Blink Dagger up. Can they find the right target? They're looking for Panda first. Probably the smartest choice. Take that Static Storm off the field.
Radiant's bottom
and that is going to force EG back.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
The Monkey King's gratitude is worth more than gold.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Doesn't really have a whole lot of movement outside of that blink dagger, so once it's cancelled, he's just kind of stuck. And well, haven't gotten to see quite as much out of this core Rubik as we may have been hoping for, but we're gonna have to try and keep their opponents off their back. Panda be able to pop the glimmer, gets the glimpse off, and he should be okay. But Wildcard again trying to focus in on these objectives. The glyph though does slow them down a bit, and maybe forces a change in direction. Yuma made his way down bot, but not really sure how much there is for them to find here. They can push to maybe try the high ground at this point. Still feels risky.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is fallen.
Just keeping it loose.
Okay. Well, if they can get the kill, they do have it, but there's a buyback. He is going to pop it. So Whisper back on the front line, and now they know Chrono's unavailable. They're going to glimpse him back. The time walk doesn't really do him much good. And if they could take out the first life, if they could get the Aegis out of his hands without having to use those big ults, now they're set up for something else. Because is going to throw down his ult. Panda drops one as well. And Yuma, well, if it's not for the buyback on Whisper, that play feels pretty good, but with the buyback coming through, it turns into an overextension. Okay, Doom's gonna come out on really both sides at this stage. And this is a very weird interaction, but it should end with Divide going down at this point. He is slowly but surely dropping. Whisper does not die to the Doom that was thrown out onto him, and it was touch and go for a sec there, you'd see, but UG managed to hold, and now they're in a really good position, right? Doom unavailable on one side, stolen on the other. Black Hole did not have to be committed, and EG, they still have some work to do to close this gap, but they've got to be feeling pretty good.
I'll be back.
Clean them both up. Kaz was able to bottle that double damage rune, so EG could look for something here. Most obvious target appears to be that tier 2 tower mid, and with the death timers and the Doom still on cooldown for a little bit longer, is there a possibility for EG to turn this from a tier 2 into a high ground push, or is that maybe trying to push too far?
Under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
That should help!
way back up into this east side jungle. Let's see. This Doom is available. The Rubik's Doom is... Oh, whoops. That was the wrong one. Excuse me. That was the Dilation that timed out instead. So, both sides have Doom. At least a little while longer. Wildcard, though, they're heading to the north. They do smoke up, but... Well, this would be a very long wrap. At this point, it already feels like it would be too long, so...
Radiant's top tower
Not really
is
sure this is going to run into anybody, or maybe it will. Matthew just TP'd himself top, trying to deal with the creep wave, but... if this is a 5-man smoke to kill Matthew's Dawn, that's not really the most efficient use of your time. They do check Roshan, though, but it is a long timer. Over 2 minutes before Rosh will be back up.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yes.
There's a Rubik jumping in, though. The Doom is going to be deployed, so they do lock him down. The Solar Guardian now coming into play. They got the Static Storm drop as well. They caught both of the main cores in it. And Wildcard, they just weren't ready. Again, the buyback kind of catches them by surprise. First it was Whispers, now it's Matthews. Oop. Ty, though, does make the jump in. Doom on himself. He's going to be able to lock down at least one. Matthew, yeah, going down as well. So they get the double, and now they're going to try to push onto Kaz. Kaz has to try and hold his ground. Whisper, though, is going to come over to help him out. That allows them to take down boards and divide. I'm not 100% sure you win this fight, and I don't think he wants to try. He's going to back himself off now. Maybe not. Blinks back in. Goes for the Infernal. Pops his KB, but there's the Black Hole. He does eventually get punished. If Kaz can just whack away at him and... Well, at least Devi's able to find 2, right? You take down Chris Luck, you get the dieback on the Dawnbreaker. It's not a bad play, it's just not enough to swing the fight. They're going to push their way in. They scan to make sure that there was nobody on that ramp, and fortunately for them, there is no one there, so they should get this for free. It's not the fastest attempt, but if nobody's coming to stop them, it's not going to matter.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Send in the creep, send in the Eidolons, double siege creep wave, makes that pretty easy to pick up, and... Well, Whisper is still here. Maybe a little bit of chip damage onto the tier 3 as well, because this is still a sizable wave. And nobody from Wildcard's coming back. They are all looking like towards that top lane, but that's only Matthew again. So, I mean, if they get the kill, that's nice. Matthew's going to get punished here, but...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
take a significant amount of damage to your tier 3, it's already really below half health, so... Yeah, I don't know, Matthew's probably not happy with being dead, that's probably the wrong way to phrase it, but he is more than willing to make that sacrifice if it means Whisper can just start hacking away at objectives.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Unfortunate play there, losing the Rubik, but everyone else at least is able to just kind of bail out, fall back, continue to build. Because did get the Eye of Scotty up and running, so makes him a little bit tougher to get away from, makes him a little bit tankier. Bloodthorn up next as he's finally going to upgrade that Mage Slayer, so both of the cores are really starting to become that maybe sort of one-man army territory. Quite there yet, right? Still want maybe 1 or 2 more items or upgrades before they really reach that point. And I mean, if Wildcard aren't going to push any further with this Aegis, if they're going to try to use it to farm, then it kind of feels like both sides are relatively okay with that. Oh man.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Are scanning.
Makes the jump, but the telekinesis is actually going to lock him down for a moment, but Whisper is still dying. He does have a buyback, but at this point I'm not really sure they're going to want to use it. Crystalok did steal Chrono though, so that's, you know, I mean, it's interesting. Not really sure if it's going to help them out with no Whisper to follow, but at least they've got it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, this is maybe a little too far forward. Yuma, he doesn't have Chrono, so I don't really know how much he wants to try and do here. Pushes in, gets the dilation, and then backs out, so a little bit too far. Out of Boris there is Crystalok. Oh, he's thinking about going in. He still has the Chrono Sphere. The Static Storm has been thrown out first, so he's going to use the Chrono to try and keep Xantic out of the fight. That is actually perfect. Technically, Yuma was caught in that as well, but he can still move, but he doesn't want to move forward into the Static Storm, so he has to abandon his teammates. EG, 3 kills now, maybe 4. Crystalok's kind of hunting, but not going to run into Alexo. But honestly, even if they don't get the Hoodwink here, EG just got pretty much everything that they wanted. They were able to wait out the respawn. Static was used, but it's not on the longest of cooldowns. And hold on, the Rubik actually did still find Alexo. But I'm not really 100% sure what this stance is. The Hoodwink knows he can't get away. There's no TP. He does have a blink though, and
Dire are scanning.
Well, never mind. I said he knows he can't get away. He says I'm just buying time, waiting for my moment, and he gets out.
fortified.
Bud? Well, that's awkward. It does have his refresher, but that's not exactly what you want to have to use it for, so... Oh, that sucks.
Rubik the Unseen? Yes.
So Matthew does have an Aghanim Scepter online
Radiant
now,
are
which
scanning.
obviously might give them a little bit more to work with if they're trying to chain these abilities together. Against Yuma, it may be less effective. I was able to get the MKB, but against the rest of the lineup, the heal and the evasion could certainly do some work, as you're very, very close to the enemy right now. Not going to go all the way in, and they did get scanned, so Wildcard knows something's up. They're going to try and go for a smoke play here. How far forward do they go, though? Look at how hesitant they are to really push all the way in. They know if this gets popped, if we're the ones caught, things could go very poorly.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now the TPs are coming in, both sides, setting up around the pit. 35 seconds for the respawn. Things are gonna get real tense moving forward here, ET. Both sides know what's up, and well, I don't know. It feels like if EG are the team who get the initiation, they should have this fight not guaranteed, but sort of well in hand, right? I mean, they've got not the Chrono, excuse me, they got the Wukongs, they've got double Black Hole, they've got Static Storm, which will mute as well, so
Yes,
I don't know. It just feels like if they get the jump, very well straight up take the fight, but that's why Wildcard being so cautious.
Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
Regeneration.
Yep. Good old-fashioned stalemate here. Both sides in their respective trenches, looking out across no man's land, wondering, oh, who's actually going to make a move? Yuma does push forward at least to grab the illusion rune. I think maybe hoping maybe that's something like a TD that could turn the tides of the Roach attempt and or fight, but the illusions are still useful. He sends them up onto the high ground, just getting a little bit of scouting done here, looking for the position of those EG heroes, and EG, they had to fall back for a moment to avoid giving up too much info, but that's not enough of a window. Wildcard aren't going to take that bait. They are looking at Matthew in the middle lane. Yeah, that's not really going to work out either. Sharpshooter off the mark. Dawnbreaker walks away. Courier takes some hits there, so
Dire are scanning.
looks like EG do now know that their opponents have crossed over, so this smoke isn't quite as sneaky, but at this point, if you're Wildcard, I don't think you care. You got in, you got the vision, so now if EG do come back to contest the pit, you are gonna know about it. And that is enough for them to feel safe pushing in, and they're doing this pretty damn quickly. EG's response, it's coming. They will get here in time. Roshan already dropping low. Picard is able to get into the pit, but the second going to put him up in the air. The Chronosphere is going to go thrown down underneath his feet. And, well, there's no backup right now for the Monkey King. Picard's health is all the way back because Divine was able to pop the Doom on himself and push his way forward, but Whisper's still going to get a black hole out. Connecting out of 3. Where's the damage there? They've lost the Monkey King. He does buy back, trying to re-enter this fight. Maybe they can start to turn this around. Divine Llama's been taken down. And Xantic is low as well. Whisper looking for his moment, hoping for a second black hole. He did refresh it, but he hasn't thrown it out just yet. Because honestly, they may not need it. They've caught Yuma. Can they bring his first life down? Yes, they can. And now is when they're going to try to set up. Whisper, what does he have? He's got a BKB ready. Solar Scepter, though, did throw him up in the air, but it's not going to stop it. The black hole comes through. They do catch Yuma. Wildcard are on the retreat. Even though they take Roshan, they were not ready for the full-on engagement that followed. Dies back.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He's dropping low. He does go down. Okay. Let's Whisper out. Matthew's going to fall now as well. Cause on the front line. Doesn't have any backup, but he is holding BKB. He's going to pop it now. Here comes the Solar Guardian in as well. They're trying to keep Cause alive. Healing up off the Jingu, and they are turning. Yuma's going to get taken down. Divine Llama next up on the chopping block. He falls as well. No buybacks available. They've all been used already. And EG, well, have they found their moment? Chorus glimpsed back, hit up by the Nullifier, and will be dropped. And there's the GG.
Dire's top tower is falling. Dire's top barracks. Radiant victory.